Hey, this is Dan. Welcome back to Real Men How To. And today I want to show you how to edit a video so we can upload it to YouTube. And I'm actually going to go ahead and show you how I edit any of my videos for upload. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is how I do most of my videos, I use Windows Live Movie Maker. Now this is something that you can get for free if you have Windows 7 or newer. You can go to actually Microsoft.com and you should be able to get a Windows Live Movie Maker for absolutely free. If not, should be able to check download.com and they may have it on there as well. So anyway, Windows Live Movie Maker. I'm going to go ahead and show you how simple this really is to use and to navigate through and to transition the whole 9 yards. It's actually really simple. All right, now I've already got the program open here, and it's got the view screen on the left side, and over on the right side is where my actual film is going to show up. So let me go ahead and show you. The first thing you want to do after you get it open, after you've already made a video and uploaded it to the computer, hopefully you've got that figured out so far, or if you just use your webcam, like in the video I'm going to edit, I'm going to just use my webcam here, and I'm going to edit that one. So the first thing you want to do is just click on Add Photos and Videos, or you can click over here, click here to browse for videos and photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. And it's going to open up a window, and I'm just going to search my computer. Now, I've already taken the time to go ahead and put this on my desktop. So I just clicked on my my desktop's my main one that opens. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, and it's my capture right here. I captured it from my webcam. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click on this, and it's going to open right up in here into Windows Live Movie Maker. So here it is. Look at that handsome devil and that cute little boy right there. That's Levi. So anyway, on the very first thing, I just want to make sure that the clip actually works just like it's supposed to. It does, and I do know that my webcam records way loud, so the first thing I want to do before I do anything else is adjust my volume. And I actually have an earbud in right now, and you won't be able to hear me on my video, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on Edit up here at the top, and over here on the left it has Video Volume. Now you got to remember, if you actually have a split anywhere in the film, or you have two pieces of film that you got to put together, and you have this one highlighted, it's a little bit of a blue highlight, and you adjust the video volume, it's only going to adjust it for this one piece. So let me go ahead and Control Z, undo that split that I just made, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust my video volume. I'll just click on it. It brings up a little slide rule. I'm going to turn it down to about a little more than half, and that's going to make my video so it's not quite so booming. I have a very bassy voice, so anyway, I turn that down just a little bit. Okay, next thing I want to do, I'll show you a couple of the things we have here. Now on the home button, you have paste, cut, and copy. Those are for the basic things. If you have different pieces you want to remove, edit out, edit in, any of that, you can use those. Add videos and photos. You can add music to it. You can actually click on that music, and if you have any music, I have one on my desktop here, and I can just double click on it, and it will actually lay that video bed, or the music bed, right in your video, and it would go along with it. And that's how long the video, or the song is. It's the AAA.wave. Its duration is 2 minutes 22 seconds and 0.20 of a second. But anyway, my video is a lot longer than that. You can see my video goes way down here. But that's just how you'd add music in it if you want music as a background. Now remember, if you're uploading music to YouTube, you will not be able to monetize your videos. So I'm going to go ahead and Control Z, and I'll remove that music. Webcam video, you could also make a webcam video right from here. You would just click on that, it would open up, you can record a webcam video, and it would throw it right into Windows Live Movie Maker. Another thing is a snapshot. I can just take a snapshot, like a photo from anywhere on my computer, and I could insert it anywhere I want it in here. The next little thing here is just some of the defaults of the themes that you could have for your whole video, and I could actually change the whole thing. It automatically sets up transitions. So if I was to click on this right here, music hasn't been added. Do you want to add some music now? No. So anyway, that one obviously has a music to it, but anyway, it has my video here. I hit spacebar to play it, and anyway, it comes along with my movie. You'll notice it's added a transition in here, and it has it in black and white. So anyway, I'll Control Z to back out of that. And it has different themes you can put on here. Now on the whole thing, I could actually rotate it right or left, and I could play the whole video that way. See, we don't want that. I'll Control Z back, rotate it right. I can remove it, select all, and do all this. Now when you get done, these are all the places you could do it. You could put it on SkyDrive, Facebook, YouTube, Windows Live Groups, and flicker. You can put it on all those. I don't use any of those when I'm doing it. I actually save the video file and then I go upload it myself. It's faster that way. Let me go ahead and show you a couple things that we're going to do on here. Now, I always have a title to open up all of my videos. Well, not all of them, but most of my videos, I have a title here at the beginning. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just come over here and click on title. That puts a title right in here. Now, it also opened up my format window. So on my format window, I can select anything that I want in here, or as far as my my options here. But first thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and get my text in there the way that I want it. So I'm going to call this RMC presents Kroger matchups for 4/18 through, and I can't remember how long it was. Let me look at my calendar down here. 4/18 through 4/24. So through 4/24. Now, with this, that's pretty plain, and that's just the way it's going to sit. And if I was actually to play this right now, it would just come in right there where it's at, and it, it don't look too bad. But I can go ahead and edit that a little bit. So what I'm going to do, right here underneath, you see the actual video up here, and underneath is actually going to be the caption for it. So I will double click on that. I go ahead and select all of it. And now up here is where I can change all my font stuff. I can change the size, style, and I'm going to go ahead and change my favorite one. And this is called, what is it? Rosewood STD regular. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring my corners all the way up, all the way to the outsides, and I'm going to select it all again. And now I'm going to go ahead and make the font as big as I can. It almost fits pretty well in there, so I'm actually going to take, I'm going to adjust my thing right here. There we go. RMC presents Kroger matchups for 4/18 through 4/24. Now, I still don't like the color of it, so I'm going to go ahead and change this, and I'm going to go ahead and change my background, my color of the font to red. So now I got the font color is red, but that's pretty black, pretty dark. So now as long as I'm clicked over here on this, now I'm going to go ahead and select my background color. I'm going to turn that into a bright yellow. I'll click back over here one more time, and now I have that. Now, this is where the cool part comes in, and something that's really, really easy. You can have different ways that your video comes in, the way the stuff comes in. Just by mousing over, it kind of shows you all these different options. And also, you can click this little down arrow. It opens up a whole array of stuff. I could click on any one of them and then hit my spacebar to play it. And it kind of gives it a background on how big, how, reflections, all that good stuff. So, let me go back in here to format. I don't like that one, so what I want to do is I want to actually use this one right here where it's coming in. Whoops, I actually picked the wrong one. Where it's coming in nice and slow so you have time to read it. So if I hit space and it plays, it shows me a preview of what I'm looking at. RMC presents Kroger matchups for 4/18 through 4/24, and then it jumps into that. Now the thing is this right here, let me go right here, that is 7 seconds long. This piece right here is 7 seconds. If you just hold your mouse over, you notice it has a little pop-up that says background duration 7 seconds, transition none, pan and zoom none, effects none. So what I could actually do on this part right here, I can double click on it, and it's actually going to take me into my edit menu, which I can change my duration of how long I want this to be, and I want this to be about 3 to 4 seconds. So I actually want 3.5. I'm going to go ahead and select 3. I'll click on it again. I'm just going to hit 3.5. That gives me how long this duration of this is going to be. Now, it's going to play for 3.5 seconds. And then it's going to go right into my video. Now, here's the cool part, another cool part about the Windows Live Movie Maker. Now that I have my video selected, I can click anywhere in my video, but I can actually select a transition. But I can go to Animations. Now, on these animations, once again, I can hold my mouse over on each one of these, and you can see how each one of these different transitions look. And it's actually very, very cool, very fun. Really, really simple to do. I'm going to go ahead and do the melt away. I kind of like that. So I'm going to go ahead and select the melt away. Then I'll click right here to get my starting point right there, and I'll go ahead and hit the space bar to start it. And it starts right into my video. Really, really simple. If you have a part of your video that you do not want to use, let's go ahead and hit the home button. Actually, I'm going to click on the edit button. Say we're watching the video and we're going through and looking at it. And like say I don't want this part right here, I can come back and I can select that part and I can hit the space bar at any time, and I can stop it right there. Now, say I want to cut a little piece out. Say, somebody makes some noise in the background, or you make a funny face, or something you just want to cut out. One little brief little instance you want to cut out. Excuse me. You click on the edit tool, edit bar, and it's going to bring up this menu right here. Now, with this menu, you can split it or you can trim it, and you can actually set a trim point from any one point where you want it to the end point. But I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. I don't like doing it that way. I like being able to just go split, and you can see it actually splits my film into two separate pieces. So now what I can do is I can play it. Okay, like say right there. Ooh, see, look at that face. I don't want that face. I'm going to get just a little bit past that. I hit spacebar again, and that's where it's going to stop it. Now, I can actually go back up. I can split it again. Now, if I don't like this piece right here, I can right-click on it and go remove. And it's gone. Now, when it plays, it will just skip right over that part completely. So you can't even tell the difference. It really is good at splicing. I'm going to go ahead and Control Z and shift pieces back in there now. There's also another way to do it. You can highlight it, you can go to Home, and you go to Cut. And it actually will take that part right out of there. So I'm going to Control Z that and get that back in. And I got the whole thing put back together now. Now there's a couple other things you can do. You can actually go into Project, and you can actually set this to widescreen or to standard. And to get the standard, we'll make sure everything, see our alignment's off on that because I did it in widescreen. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to widescreen. And you'd want to pre-select this before you get going too far into it. So that's one of the pre-selections you'd want to make. Okay, and let me see, view, you can go, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can get a preview full screen. We can take it all the way up to full screen and play it just like that. Let me go ahead and hit escape to get back out of that. It takes me back into my regular view. All right, a couple other things I want to show you here. Now, we also have a fade in and a fade out. Now, this is actually going to be for the sound. If it starts off and you're booming and you got a loud voice or you got something going on or you have a loud fan in the background, a lot of times you don't want to come out of an opening title and right into your video with a really loud crash or a really loud boom. So what you do is you come into fade in and you click on the little down arrow and you can do slow, medium, or fast. And if you put on slow, the volume will start off low and then it'll gradually build itself up into a little bit faster. But for most of mine, I've done it enough times, I got it pretty well figured out. I'm going to select none. And the fade out as well, if you want to fade that sound out. And this is all just for the sound part of it. Now, another cool part you can do here, let me go ahead and just split this film really quick and show you something. Okay, I now have this part right here split. I don't know what it is or what it says in there, but I can actually click on that. I can do my speed, and I can do my speed up 4 times. Now, when I come back here, I'm going to come back actually a few frames here. I'm going to go ahead and play it from this point. Now watch this point when it gets right here. Okay, and then it's going to come back over. Now watch. And actually on here it doesn't show that it actually goes fast, but when I save this, it'll actually be 4 times the regular speed. So I'm going to go ahead and Control Z and back out of that. And that takes it back out. I Control Z quite a few times to get that back out of there. But you can speed up a certain part of it. If you guys watched my coupon wrap video on Real Men Coupon, then you will see that there are parts of it when my kids are running out the door that I actually sped that up twice as fast and sent them out the door. And I had probably a multitude of probably 20 different clips that I had to put into this to make it all work. So that's kind of the cool thing is you can transition. If you've ever watched my Real Men Coupon videos, you can see how I transition sometimes from my webcam to my screenshot like you're seeing here to different things you'll see back and forth. All right, let me see if there's anything else in here that we can do. You can align your text. This is all for text over here in the format section. Now I can come over here to video tools, and yeah, I can see like my view, project. I can get it widescreen or standard. Visual effects. Oh, this is another cool part. Let me show you one more thing here. I'm going to go ahead and come into edit. I'm going to go ahead and split out another little chunk right here. I'm going to split out a few frames. Okay, I have this piece right now. If I click on it and I make sure it's highlighted, I make sure this is the piece that's selected. Then I come into visual effects. I can select all kinds of different. See how my face and video changes, and I can select a whole bunch of different types. And there's a whole list of items here that I could use. I could do it actually. This is kind of a cool one right here. If you watch now, come back one frame before or one small segment before. I'll play it. Then it'll cycle through the colors. and then it'll go back to normal, just like that. It'll actually cycle through some of the colors, and you'll be able to see, how it comes in, comes back out, and you can just split it like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and Control Z and back out of that 3 times to get me back to normal. But in your video or visual effects, there's all kinds of different things that you can actually do in here. I mean, there's a sepia or black and white orange filter, black and white red filter, yellow filter. There's all kinds. And like I say, you hit that little drop down arrow on the right side and you can select all different kinds. And I could actually get bubbles, and they're really hard to see, but there's bubbles in there. So you kind of see little bubbles popping up. But anyway, there's also another thing you can do if you wanted multiple effects. Now let me come back in here one more time. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to split out this chunk right here. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to Visual Effects. And let's say I have this, this in there at the same time. I can actually click this little down arrow. And I can go, okay, well, I want to do multiple effects. I click on the multiple effects. It brings up a different window here. And now I go through here. I can select all the ones that I want. Let's say I want to spin. Okay, I want to go ahead and do the threshold on there, and let's go ahead and do a warp on there at the same time. Go ahead and put all those, and I also want to add a ripple effect. So let's add a 3D ripple effect. I'll add that over there, and then I will apply that. Okay, then we'll come back a couple frames before. We'll watch how this plays. Oh, it's still rendering. Hold on. Okay, here we go. As you watch as it comes into this frame right here, right about now. Well, there it goes. Spins, warps, ripples, all kinds of good stuff, and then it jumps back into the others. It's a little bit slow right now because I do have a lot of stuff going on in that one transition. But I'm gonna go ahead and Control Z back out of that, and that's pretty much all those. There are a few things other that you can do over here. You can pan up, pan down. You can make your durations. You can adjust. A lot of these are kind of more technical end of it. But for today, that's the biggest part of it. I showed you how to create the title screen. Oh, let me show you one other thing here. It's really super easy to do. Let's say in this part of the video right here. Actually, let me go ahead and come back. Let me show you one part of my Levi. Right where my hand went up. Now I paused it right there where my hand's coming off. Now I'm going to come up here and click on caption. That's actually going to bring up a caption. I'll go ahead and drag this to the top. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to turn the text to black. And then after I get it highlighted, I'm going to call it Kroger matchups for 4/18 through 4/24. Now it's pretty thin line, so I actually want to make that a little bit bolder. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to make that bold. And since it did drop down here, I'm just going to expand this out a little bit on each side, just so I get that full view right inside the colored area, or the clear area, white area here. Click anywhere else. Now as I come back along and I go ahead and click back here and I watch right along, it's going to show, and you'll see right where that kicks in. And you can see it shows up right across the top of the screen right there. It's only going to last, and this should only last for 7 seconds. If I actually want this to last longer, I can double click on it. The text duration right here, I can see where it starts, and I can get my text duration, and I can go ahead and set that up to as much as I want. Say there's 30 seconds, only takes me up to there. Well, I want it to last the whole video. So I'm just going to go, let's start out with 200 and see if that works. Okay, 200. Nope, it still didn't get me far enough. So let's go 500 to see where it takes us to. Okay, scroll down over here on the right side, and 500 did carry us out through the whole thing. So, as I'm watching along, this first little section, you notice doesn't have any captioning underneath it, and then my captioning starts right here, and now I hit spacebar, and there's my Kroger matchups for 4/18, 4/24, and it's going to show all the way through the entire video. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and this how-to on Windows Live Movie Maker. If you have any questions, put them in the drop bar down below. But that's really basic, and I know I went through a lot of different stuff here, but Windows Live Movie Maker is a really easy way to do your videos, to actually get them and kind of make a little better presentation than just raw footage. But after you guys go, oh, by the way, when you guys do get done, just click on Save File, and it'll bring up a window of where you want to save it. But I can show you another thing. You can actually save it to different qualities here. Click on the little down arrow before. Now, recommended for this project is what it's going to do if you just click on that, which is pretty well high def and a decent one. But you can actually select for high definition display, for computer, burn to a DVD, for email, and I have a phone hooked up to this one, so I could actually burn it over and put it over on my phone. I can create a custom setting. I can do all kinds of stuff with this, how I want it to go. But I just click on save movie, and then I select where I want it to go, and I can pick any place that I want to. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. This is actually my vids folder, but I can go ahead and just put it in here, and I'm gonna call it Kroger matchups. And I can't put the little slash in there. Oh, actually, I might be able to. So 418 through 424. So we're gonna go ahead and save that. And no, yeah, see, I can't have those little slashes in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and come in here. Let me just back that up a little bit. So Kroger matchups, what I'm going to call it, and then just click on the save button, and then it's going to start to save. Now, some of them take a little bit longer to save, some of them take a long time to save. This one, since it is 8 minutes and 21 seconds, it's going to take a little while to save. But anyway, that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully this how-to video helped you, and you can actually make a nice video for YouTube or for anything. You can come in here and make a slideshow for your family and burn it to a DVD. You can have home videos, throw in some photos. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with this program. It's very easy. It's very simple to use. All the stuffs are very basic to go along. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope to see some of the videos you guys make. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and thanks for coming by and seeing me here at Real Men How To. Stay tuned, and we'll have more how-to videos coming up. Thanks, guys, and have a good one.